Hello there. Hi, I am Dr. Amber Charleboy, and I am the Director of Pre-Health Professions at RIT during the day. And I also then am an adjunct professor at St. John Fisher University and in organic chemistry, and I'm super excited to meet you. I'd like to welcome you to the Organic Chemistry 2 summer online course. And I thought I'd introduce myself quick and then do a quick overview of the syllabus so that we all kind of are on the same page as we get ready to start. So here's the syllabus for Organic Chemistry 2, Chem 202, Section 55. This course is online and asynchronous, and I'm offering it during the summer of 2025. My office is in ISHS 106, but I'll probably not be there very often. So if you need to meet with me, please go ahead and use the link in the syllabus here to make an appointment on Zoom. I am Amber Charleboy and I go by Dr. C, and I use pronouns she, her, hers. There is my email address for Fisher as well. The textbooks required for this course are all free. The first is going to be Organic Chemistry as a Second Language. Both semesters are required. I actually found these online PDFs for free. So look around before you go ahead and purchase those. Also, John McMurray has an organic chemistry textbook that is OpenStax, so that means it is free, and the link is shown here in the syllabus. If you're interested, you can also buy a second textbook. Any edition of the textbook, David Klein, Organic Chemistry. Your organic chemistry homework is the same from Organic 1. It's ACE Organic Chemistry, and it is free. So if you do not have an account, then we'll have to get you one before the course starts. Send me an email and I can help. And I highly recommend that you use a model kit. The model kit just helps you kind of visualize the chemical reactions that are happening. So you have the course objectives there if you'd like to take a look at those. I have Zoom student office hours. And again, there's a link for you to schedule a 30-minute Zoom appointment with me. I have availability on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. If none of those times work for you because of your work schedule or some other conflict, please let me know and I will definitely make arrangements to meet you other than those times. So Fisher has an academic integrity statement policy posted online. Please take a look at that. I think for the purposes of this course, the main thing that we're going to want to do is make sure that we're doing our own work. And doing our own work means that we're not working with people and we're not using AI to solve these problems. In the end, you're going to have to solve these problems on your own. And so I do not want you to start relying on any other sources besides your own brain and your own intellect. So you can read through the health and safety note there, but because we're going to not be on campus, this should probably not come into play. If you need accommodations for any reason, please let me know and I will make sure that that happens. There is a special paragraph written here for online course material expectations, and so I'll let you read through those as well. So we can use AI in this class. We can use it to get explanations of concepts, finding resources. I do not want you to use AI to solve any of the problems. The first issue with that is sometimes AI is wrong. Some of the chemical discussions, it's not correct. And I do not want you to ever use it during any of the quizzes or the final exam. It's imperative that you use your own brain, your own understanding of the material for those quizzes. Some of you may be students who are pre-health thinking about med school, and it's going to be important that you learn this material and understand this material so that you can function well on the MCAT in the organic section. Okay, so now here's the important part, right? So here's how I'm going to get you a grade for the course. So I've designed it very similar to Dr. Kerr, who did it in Organic 1 just last week, right? We tried to align our courses so that there wouldn't be any huge jump in the middle of the summer. So I have 5 quizzes that are worth 10% each. Each week, at the end of the week, there's going to be a quiz due. Each one is worth 10% of your grade. These are open book, open note, but closed to human and closed to the internet. So please use your textbook, your class notes, your homework, and your knowledge check worksheets. but then again, do not work with any other person and or the internet. These quizzes will be available on Brightspace from Thursday until Sunday at midnight. So the final deadline is Sunday night at midnight each week, except for the last week. The final exam is due at a different time. You'll have 90 minutes to complete it. So it's a 60-minute quiz and you have 90 minutes to complete it, giving the fact that you have to upload images and that kind of thing. Once you submit your quiz at the end of each week, I am requiring that you upload a PDF of the entire work that you did for each question. That PDF, if it is not uploaded within 10 minutes of when you completed the quiz, then you'll get a 0 on that quiz. The PDF needs to show every single question, even the multiple choice, fully worked out so that I can see that it is your ideas, your energy, your resources in your brain that helped you solve that problem. The final exam is worth 20% of your grade. It is a cumulative final that will be covering all of the material from organic chemistry 2. Please do note, however, many of the things in organic 2 rely on the foundations that you learned in organic chemistry 1. So it's kind of cumulative for both semesters, although I will not be asking any specific questions from the material in organic 1 unless it's already been incorporated into our learning process. The final exam will follow the same format as the weekly quizzes and should also be submitted via Brightspace. And then again, you have 10 minutes to supply the PDF for that. 10% of your grade is class engagement, and you can choose one of the 2 options. I have started a weekly discussion board where you must make 3 substantial contributions. The first contribution has to be posted by 11:59 on Wednesday. Your second and third have to be completed by 11:59 on Sunday night. One of those contributions has to be a response to somebody else's entry. So 3 substantial, 1 on Wednesday, 1 responding to somebody else's on Wednesday, and then Sunday can either be another response to a fellow student or another entry. This discussion board is me trying to make this course collaborative and create a community, even though we're asynchronous and online. The second option is to attend one of my office hours with a prepared question. So you have to schedule it online and attend an office hour with a specific course-related question or topic. Stating I'm confused about X, Y, and Z is not sufficient. I'm hoping, of course, I'll answer those questions, but that would not count as engagement. I'm hoping that you can come to me, and especially with, we'll learn in just a second, those knowledge checks. I'm hoping that you can come and say, oh my gosh, question number 13 on the knowledge check for alcohols really has me stuck. So if we can have a thoughtful discussion about that topic, then you will get credit for that week's engagement. I'm thinking I may need to add some office hours on Friday to accommodate later in the week questions. For your substantial contributions in the weekly discussion board, I love the idea if you find sample problems or additional material for students to use. I love that idea. You can post that, but I also need you to reflect on why you think it's a substantial contribution, why you think it's an important thing. So you can't literally just cut and paste a link to a tutoring session for that topic. You have to discuss it as well. Next, we have online homework. So we're using ACE Organic. It's a free online program, and there are assignments that'll help reinforce what you're learning each week. Most of the time, there's going to be multiple assignments each week. I do that to try to break it up and chunk it up so that we don't have just this one overwhelming assignment. And then in that way, you could also complete it, throughout the week. You could do one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, etc. You'll have the ability yourself to extend the deadline of these assignments up to 3 days through the platform. So you don't have to email me if you can't finish it. Late homework will be penalized 10% per day. But since this class moves so quickly, I really, really want to persuade you to not take those extensions and to try to keep up with the course schedule, especially because module 3, the third week, is so much material. And so if you're already behind, it could start snowballing. The last 10% of your grade is going to be explanatory videos. So each week, I need you to create a 13-minute video, and I want you to walk through 1 to 3 problems that you did in that module. I want you to explain the concepts and how you solved the problem. You can choose problems from the knowledge checks, from the textbooks, from the online quizzes. You can even write your own, but I really would like you to take this part seriously because it's an online course. I really want to see how you think about solving each of these problems. So this part is 10%, but it's going to be a very important part overall. The videos are due each Sunday by midnight again. Late submissions are penalized 10% a day. The videos are not going to be shared publicly unless you choose to use them as a contribution towards your class engagement credit. Okay, so now this is different and new compared to Orgo 1 in Summer A. I have created knowledge checks, which is basically a worksheet on the topic in Organic Chemistry 2. They're going to be available in Brightspace along with answer keys for each one. These knowledge checks are not graded and they'll never be due, but I totally, absolutely, without a doubt, encourage you to work on them and complete them for each topic in preparation for the quizzes and then ultimately the final exam. They are designed to help reinforce your understanding, and I think will be a vital part of your success in the course. I would love for you to join my office hours to discuss any of the questions that you struggle with in these knowledge checks. So sign up for my office hours, meet me, and just say, I can't get number 13 through number 15 or whatever. I think that's a really good use of our time. And then final thoughts on time management, just like Dr. Kerr probably mentioned, you'll notice that the assignments are all due Sunday night to give you some flexibility throughout the week, but please be careful not to leave everything until the weekend. Summer courses move so fast, and you probably know organic chemistry's reputation as being one of the hardest courses that many people ever take in college. Fisher estimates that you need about 20 hours per week for this class. I'm not sure that's enough. I highly recommend, though, that you create a weekly schedule for watching the videos, doing the online homework, completing the knowledge checks, and then ultimately completing the quiz and the video. Please try to stay on track to avoid burnout. This comes so fast. Before you know it, we'll be at the end of the course saying, wait, what? So the grading policy is described here. The online homework is 10%. Class engagement, either making those posts online or visiting my office hours, also 10%. The videos, so that's going to be another 10%. We have 5 quizzes worth 10% each, a total of 50, and a final exam is 20. That all equals 100%. And my grade cutoffs are shown in the purple box here. So here's the proposed schedule, which it's funny because when I'm teaching this class in person, we often get behind, but because this is online and asynchronous, I don't expect to get behind at all. So module 1, July 7th, covers these topics right here. Your quiz 1 is going to be opened Thursday at noon and then closed Sunday at midnight. What I've done for you is I've indicated here the number of knowledge check assignments for each topic, and I've also indicated the number of videos that I've posted and the time for each video. So that might help you organize your schedule. But again, please do not leave this for the weekend. Organic chemistry, you'll see in just a second, you really need to think about it every day. I would love to see that you block 2 hours out each day through the week to start working on this material. Module 2 comes then, right? And then look, module 3, I've even bolded it. Look at all of these videos, right? And all of these knowledge checks. This is going to be the module like no other. That's third week is going to be challenging. So try to really break that up and get your ducks in a row so that you can really find success there. Module 4 is also pretty intense. And then module 6 is back to normal. But again, that module 3, so really, really pay attention to the time that's going to be required for that. Okay, the last day to drop is July 20th, and the last day to withdraw is August 3rd, just for your reference. My keys to success, in other words, if you want to get an A in the course, here's what I would do. I would keep up with the work on a daily basis. Spend time every day doing some organic. Learn, don't memorize. I will show you how to understand it, so there'll be less memorization. Read the textbook. The second language especially is broken down so straightforward. It's like a small little paperback, and it's really going to be helpful. Again, I got that free online. The PDF, I found it. And watch my videos. Don't try to speed my videos up. You'll see I talk very fast. Watch my videos minute for minute. You'll see. You won't be able to watch it fast. By the way, that was not a challenge. And you have to follow along with what I'm saying. Try to carve some distraction-free time and watch the videos and really pay attention. Take notes while you're watching them. Most of them are my own. A couple are Khan Academy that I've thrown in. Do the knowledge check problems. Like, you have to do those, and then that'll give you practice. And I have the answer keys for you so that you'll be able to not worry about not understanding something in the beginning. You'll see the answer and you can work backwards. I would suggest, though, that you don't always do that, right? Don't always look at the answer, because that'll give you a potential false sense of security. So I want you to practice and work and practice and work and practice and work. Like, that's the way that you can find success in organic. So finally, on the syllabus, I want to point out that I have this list of golden rules for organic chemistry. This is organic 1 and organic 2. And what I'll do is I'll give you extra credit on the discussion board entry if you tell me which one is your favorite and why. So tell me which one of these golden rules is your favorite and why for extra credit in the discussion board entries. And with that said, that would count as your first entry. All right, so it's crazy, right? Organic chemistry in the summer, organic chemistry at all is crazy. It's challenging, it's hard, but I love organic chemistry. I am super excited to be able to bring it to you, and I can't wait to get started. So if you have any questions, go ahead and make an appointment on Zoom or send me an email. You see that my email address is here, and you can make an appointment here in the Zoom link. My Zoom office hours are also posted inside of Brightspace. Okay, there you have it. Welcome to Organic Chemistry 2, Summer of 25.